Welcome back to the channel, everybody. John Ravenwolf, back with a Raw Life. Today we're going to talk about jet ski fishing setup and what I did with mine. So here we go. It's a CD155 GTI. I probably could have went along with the Fishing Pro, but it was a little bit more expensive, and in all honesty I got a better deal on both of these. I got a Spark and this for just a little bit above the price of a Fishing Pro. So I wanted something that I could play on, and I want something I could fish on or just play on with it too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I did to set it up. So one of the first conversions I made was getting fishing rod holders to put in the front of the jet ski so that they could work as outriggers. Because the limited amount of room inside, I had to tilt them running backwards. So I knew it was a concern. So all I did was I made my own lanyards and hooked them on permanently to the jet ski so that I could hook it up to the pole. So onto the handle, well, that attaches to the pole itself, so that in case a fish did get it and jerk it out, I'm not going to lose the pole. The other addition I made was a really nice unit from Garmin. It's not just a depth finder, but it's a plotter as well, so that when I find those hot spots, I can go ahead and hook that up, and I'll show you the transom back in the back, and how good it is and easy it is actually to set all this up. If you want to see a video on exactly how I installed this and made this bracket, let me know in the comments and I'll show you how I did that as well. As you can see, I have my own rack that's on the very back. This rack actually came from Harbor Freight. It's something you actually attach in your 2-inch hitch in the back of your SUV or your pickup truck. All I did was take out the longer bolts and the part that slides in, and got shorter bolts from Lowe's. You should be able to see them right here. Just use the existing washers and nuts and just got the bolts from them. The black PVC is what I used for each corner for fishing rod holders. And I got two more with the deeper grooves in the back, so that I made sure that they didn't hop out of the while I was traveling, but I also have bungee cords to hold them down. And you might be asking, what's this thing here in the center? Well, that's the cool part. When you're in shallow water, whether you're here on the Outer Banks like myself, intercoastal, or you're even in freshwater, if you're in shallow water, I made this pole 8 feet. So all I have to do is, once again, your local Lowe's, there's a clip, drilled holes through it, and drop it down into the mud or sand, whatever the case may be, and that's my anchor. Doesn't disturb the fish very much, don't have to worry about it, it can just drift into a spot, and the cool thing is that I can also use it for a pushing pole, especially if you're up on the flats. Now I'll pull this out. What I did was I took a large dowel, actually it's used for some closets to hang your clothes on, and ground it down and put it inside, epoxied it, and glued it. That way I can replace that anytime that I want. itself from Harbor Freight was $49. The aluminum, the screws, everything that I put on it was right around $100. Now, how did I fasten it to the jet ski? Very simply, took a regular ratchet strap and attached to the fastening point there and the fastening point here, and this third link attaches to the tow hook link on the back of the jet ski. Now, once again, we were talking about the fish finder, depth finder up in the front. This is where the wire goes in. I ran it down, out, attached it up there obviously, and here it comes down to the and onto the back, and it's right at water level. Now, with the additional weight, it does have a tendency to sit kind of low in the water, but I do have a trim adjustment on this jet ski, so I can get it up on plane rather quickly. So what I want to do now is give you guys an idea of how I load it and how simple it actually is. So here we go. Take a lot with me. Just have my bait cooler. This is really cool. At Harbor Freight, this is what I keep my cast net in. It's nice, small, and compact. It goes over here. My fishing bag. I pretty much figure out what I'm going to have for the day. Have all my rigs set up to where I can tie up onto the main lines. All my poles are set up for the day. Once again, just sits right in. So, turn my bait cooler sideways, push it in nice and tight. That's 1/2 of the width of this rack. Simple. Once you get everything set up before you leave the house, it's really easy. Now, because I have the collapsible handle, I just set it directly in front of the big cooler and wedge it in. Oh, and you'll notice that I also have the pool noodles on it, so it'll float in the water in case I do lose it. Now, just so nothing gets lost, nothing falls off, I have my handy dandy ratchet strap, and I run it through the handles of everything that I have in the rack. Attached to the other side. And when I get to where I'm going, all I have to do is unlatch it and pull it forward. Just keep it nice and loose. And that's it. So it took, what, 2 minutes to go ahead and get show you this, just so you know what I was talking about in the front was how to set up holes. So as you can see, it's pretty wide. I can have two poles running off the back if I want to troll, or just the two in the front, or all four. As you can see, the leash is hooked up to it right here. That way if the pole comes out, I don't lose the pole. It's a pretty nice setup. So anyway, hope this encourages you to maybe possibly make your own rack, do-it-yourself rack. If you also want to know about anything that I've done on the jet ski, the measurements, how I put it all together, anything like that, leave the comments down below, and I'll do a video on that. So y'all have a great day. Keep fishing. Get out there and have some fun. It's a beautiful day today, 70 degrees. The tide's going out. We'll have low tide here in another hour. It should be fun. It should be a good day. Y'all take care of yourself. Keep straight up there. Bye-bye.